Consider the following, and some of the results you will hardly believe.
Hello everyone, Remi here from Capital Homes Realty for the first installment of the Ask Remi Q&A series. Today we're going to be talking about the elephant in the room. That's right, commission. Number 2, buying versus renting. And number 3, mortgage rates. John asks, how much commission is left for the realtor after all his or her fees? Great question to start. I never shy away from speaking about commission. For this specific question, I'll run you through what the total payout is and then what is left for the realtor at the end of the day. So different companies will charge different things. Some will charge more, 6% plus some marketing fees that you have to pay out if you cancel, if anything happens. So be careful what you're signing. But we'll take a typical example. So a $300,000 home at 5% commission. So the total commission is $15,000. So the agent bringing in the buyer will take 50% of that. So out of the $15,000, 7.5 is gone to the other company, whichever brokerage that goes to. Now, a lot of agents, every company has different splits, but a very common one is 70-30 throughout the industry, where 30% will go to the brokerage and 70% back to the agent. So once that split is gone, the agent is left with about $5,200. Okay, now as independent realtors, we all run our own businesses and have some major expenses that people may not realize. But once you've gone through all of your marketing, all the photos, the stagers, on a 3-month, 6-month listing, and gas and showings, open houses, all kinds of things. When you put everything together, I personally run on approximately a 20% expense ratio. If someone's on a team, they're going to have less expenses, but they make less money off the commission. So after the 20% is gone, you're left with about $4,200. So and then because we're unable to incorporate ourselves as independent businesses, even though we are independent contractors, we are unable to take advantage of the corporate tax breaks. We're taxed, all of our income is taxed at a regular basis. So say we're up to 38%, at a 38%, you're left with $2,600. So from $15,000 when you're signing that contract to $2,600 that the person doing all the work is going to be left with is a huge shift in perspective. That's what's going to be left for that individual at the end of the day to pay his bills and so forth. So keep that in mind. That is what's left. That is the process, the gradual grade down the line. Mark asks, what's the logic between buying versus renting? I really like this question too. So buying versus renting. So a lot of investment experts will tell you not to buy your home. And they have some reasoning, but they're kind of unrealistic. So unless you are willing to trust that person entirely with your $50,000, they're always talking down payment. So that's your initial investment. Even on a home, it's your initial investment. You're putting $50,000 down. Now, unless you can do something more productive with that $50,000, then you shouldn't buy a home. But if you cannot get a higher return than what you're going to get by paying down your principal with the appreciation your home is gonna go up, you're better off putting that $50,000 into home ownership. So it all depends. The experts are saying if you can go play the stock market, if you can get a greater rate of return than what you're going to get on home ownership, then go do it. I'm okay with that. If you know enough or you know someone enough you can trust, then definitely go that route. I'm not pushing the buyer side. You may be saying, Remi, you're in real estate, you just want to sell more homes. Listen, I probably don't know you. You may already have a real estate agent. That's not what this Q&A show is about. I'm really trying to just push forward, give you more information so you can be a better educated buyer or seller. Listen, if you're buying a house today at 3% interest rate, and you can actually get lower ones if you really have some good credit. In year 1, you've already put $6,800 on your principal. If you're renting, $6,800 is gone. If you at the end of year 2, over $7,000. At the end of year 5, $36,000. So unless you're able to get a greater return than that, that $36,000 is gone through rent. So unless you can take that initial investment when you're purchasing a home, that initial investment will always be there once you sell the home. So you kind of look at, I've put $50,000 down on this home. At the end of it, I've paid off this much. It's appreciated this much. I've made this much money. Where can you go and invest that same $50,000 and make more than that? If you can't, you're better off with home ownership. Amanda asks, when are mortgage rates going to rise and by how much? If I knew this, I would probably be in my villa on the beach somewhere if I had a crystal ball and to be able to predict all these things. Listen, interest rates are going to rise. We've been at a historic low for a very long time. They're not going to rise dramatically. You're not going to see a huge spike, and you're not going to see it soon, but it's gonna happen. It's inevitable. We're gonna creep up to 3.5 and then to 4, and we're gonna slowly see a rise over the next 5 to 10 years. It's not gonna happen dramatically in the next year, but you're gonna be creeping back up, and that's why at this day and age, to be able to get into home ownership and actually pay down a lot of your principal with these low interest rates is going to pay off huge when the interest rates are back up than if you're just getting into home ownership when they do get back up to 5-6%. You're going to have less of a leverage to pay down your principal, and your payments are going to be much higher. Until next time, guys, please subscribe this side if you do like it. Send me your questions, rmorvan at capitalrealestate.ca. Find me on Twitter at Remi Morvan, or find me on Facebook, Remi Morvan business page. Until next time, guys, take care, stay educated, and we'll talk to you soon.
Consider the following, and some of the results you will hardly believe.